It's my ed with Jeff. Seriously, it's my ed with Jeff. Oh, okay. Why isn't it taking a picture? Oh, it's taking a video. Adding your own standards in the Standards Based Gradebook. So we're going to talk a bit more about the curricular competency gradebook, and how you can create your own curricular competency categories. So I've logged in with my Q4 classes. My name is Uda Reddy, and I am going to show you sort of how we set these up. So I'm going to go to my grade book, and I've got my filter to just look at this quarter, and I'm going to take a look at English 9. You can see the course details are pretty much all the same. One thing I am not sure that I showed before was just classes linked for assignments and categories. So we'll make sure that we have that in there. And then we look down here for our categories. And we're going to have all in here. We can edit all and call it 100. Oh, sorry, no extra credit. There we go. Okay. So that's going to be everything. Oops. I didn't press the save button. Save. Okay. And that's basically got us all set up. So we have our other English 9 class linked for assignments. So if we go to the assignments page and we create an assignment, category all, cheese rankings, always a good English 9 assignment, and we'll make it due in a couple of days. Right. So we have our rating scale down here, and you can see we're also going to be adding this to the other class. When we go to the portal description, this gives us a chance to write what the assignment is. So we could write about how we want students to rate cheese. And then when we go to the standards section, you can see that it is blank. There are no standards currently added. So what we can do is go here to multi-add, and you'll see that the categories are broken down into 3 things. Well, first, we need this all category. That's what we're going to use for an overall mark for the assignment. So we want to click on that one. We're going to look at the different sections of the curricular competencies and see. So we're going to just randomly select here, use increasing repertoire of conventions, and express an opinion and support it with credible evidence. And in the comprehend and connect category, we're going to say, no, we're not going to do that. Synthesize ideas to build understanding. So those are our curricular competencies that we're marking in this assignment. And I pressed add, and you'll see these are going to show up here. So in that all one, we're going to give that a mark for the whole assignment, and then we're going to judge how well the student is doing in that. Okay, we're going to give it a total points value of 4. It's that, and we're going to press the save button. So now that we've done that, in both classes, we'll be able to see in our scores page, post columns term, we on the standards page, go, we'll be able to look at how each student is doing on each assignment. So there we go. We have our all, which we'll use for the assignment itself. And then we have our column headings we can hover over in order to see the curricular competencies that we're marking. Okay. One of the things that I discovered when I was doing my ADST 8 class is that the curricular competencies really didn't afford enough for me to grade my students on an assignment by assignment basis. And so what I did was to create my own curricular competencies. So I've gone back here to Top Tab Gradebook, English 9, Curricular Competencies, and I've got the list of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Add, and I'll get to this page, New Section Standard Reporting, New Section Reporting Standard. You can call this reporting standard use of hand tools. I realize we're still in an English class. I'm going to give it a column header, HDTL, and I'm going to select a rubric rating scale for it. Okay. Now here's the really interesting part. I might find that I can't find just one standard that goes with it. But if I were to choose, say, use of hand tools, let's just, for ease of sake, use of quotations. And we'll just change the name of that. Now I can make this work with curricular competencies or learning standards from the course. So I can say, what curricular competency does using quotations fall under in the English curriculum? So when you do this, you click multi-add down here, you get everything. So you're getting all of the curricular competencies for every course. And so you have to sort of know where you're going with this. However, as long as you know where you're going with it, and I am going to comprehend and connect, which is either going to be here. You look for the grade value. It's not the most user-friendly system, but just remembering a number. Synthesize ideas from a variety of sources. So that seems like it fits. And that is a 5 to 9 one. And so I might also want to put in here this one, just randomly, okay? Now my standard that I created is also connected to the curriculum of the course. So I have use of quotations, quote. Now, it can be easier to organize if you put a number before that, especially if it starts with a 0, because then it will jump to the top of a page. So that's what I usually do. Then you just press the save button. And once you've got that saved message and you go back to your curricular competencies list, you'll see you have the name of that standard, column header, and then what the standards are that it connects to. And the last thing that I will say is that even though we link these classes, when you go to the other class, you will see that the curricular competency you added did not get transferred to the other class. So you have to know which standards, write it down and put it in there, and add a new competency or add a new standard for each of the sections that you're marking. It's a little bit more complicated, and I would only suggest it if you're trying to assess specific skills for students um, that aren't that are not covered by the broad strokes of the curricular competencies listed here. The other thing about creating your own standards is that those standards will disappear when you're finished teaching the class. So you have to keep those and input them for every class that you teach from now on. Is it worth it? Absolutely, it's worth it. If you have created a standard that is working for you with your class and you want to find a way to connect that to the curriculum, this is absolutely the way to go. Um, Students will see on their grade report the standard that you created and how it connects to the curriculum. And of course, you can discuss that with them when you're doing your marks meetings and things like that. Not for everybody, I'm sure, but it is a valid option when you have a curriculum document that provides big, broad ideas, but not so much clarity on specific skills that you know are an important part of your class. So think about it. And as always, if you have questions about how to set this up, feel free to send me a message on Teams and or book some time with me and we can talk about it.